Hey Crypto Pipto, this is Don Kryptonium. And today is the video that you absolutely crave. Today is the video that you absolutely need, but you did not know about this. Everyone asks, hey, what is the best Cosmos chain? So I'm going to deliver to you my favorite, or maybe one of my favorites, Cosmos chains that are out there. And I'm going to list 6 of them. And remember, of course, I'm biased. Maybe I'm more aligned with them. So don't think I don't have biases and that this video is objective, because it's not. Before we start, absolutely obliterate like button, because together we are stronger, because Don is not one. Don is the millions. This is why. Let's start right now. The list of the projects is 4 app chains, because as you know, Cosmos is the word of the app chains, and 2 protocols. First project is, surprise, Juno Network, which is smart contract platform within the Cosmos ecosystem that utilizes Cosmos smart contracts. So in opposition to EVM, this is a different virtual machine that is out there. And of course, I'm known as the Juno father. I'm first to throw a rock at Juno. And I'm heavily disappointed with this. You know, Juno had plenty mistakes. We know Prop 16 and all the whale saga, a lot of weird mistakes and a lot of horrible mistakes, like funding, for example, Loop Finance, that cost me selling all my Juno back then. Yes, I did sell at $5 and I plan to maybe buy some of the Juno because I see the community that stayed around there and I feel great with my boys. So what is so promising in Juno that I maybe see beyond the community and beyond the people that stick together? There is still some great development ongoing that I want to see, and I want to see this culture being developed. You know, it's easier to understand what the app chain is doing. For protocols, I think it might be difficult to compete, but there is still place for protocols, because if someone doesn't have money, it's cheaper and faster to deploy your own application. Probably most popular application on Juno is DAO, which is simply DAO tooling and aims to be the best DAO tooling in the NA ecosystem. It allows you to create your own organizations that you can fully manage, not only simply voting, but managing the funds, managing funds between the different chains, stake it, run your validator through the DAO, and soon also swap your tokens as the DAO. Which other DAO tooling is doing this? The other app, Wind Dex, managed by, of course, Wind DAO. So I was very bearish on that. I was like, no. This is weird. This is just JunoSwap 2.0, which is absolute shit. But, you know, WindDAO got 5 million in the total value locked within the first week. And I think they might be onto something. I'm not sure if they will be able to compete with Osmosis, but for every ecosystem, it's of course important to have its own DeFi infrastructure. And this is WindDAO. And it seems to be working, and people seems to be using for that. So for the deepest Juno liquidity and its projects, you will always go to the Wind. We probably were a little bit lucky with the Terra fall, and a little bit unfortunate because we decided to throw tons of money at shitty projects, but we still had some really good projects coming and they were not even funded. So this is, for example, TFM that came from Luna, and they are also on Luna, which is DEX aggregator on Juno and some other blockchains. We got CoinHall from the Terra ecosystem, and some other apps that I actually was testing today. For example, this Forecast, where I can gamble. By the way, not financial advice. I'm winning all the time here, betting on the Juno prices. So if you are DJing, I'm not gonna say anything. Raccoons, they would love me if I mention them. You know, they provide you with another gambling platform. Is it even legal? Is it not? I guess there is a solution. I'd love to speak to them. But yeah, this is big part of the Juno community. And there is some applications, some of them smaller, some of them bigger. I know the price absolutely shut itself. As I said, I sold majority of my Juno at $5 because I was disgusted with this. I was like, I'm leaving this dump ass incel community. And now I feel like, hey, those people left, you know, and it's fun. Obviously, here, the Prop 16 saga, then you have bear market, and all of this drama didn't really help. So the Juno is down 96%, and it does happen in the bear markets. Maybe it would be less, if not all of the mistakes, all of the dilution, and all of the drama that was out there. So now Juno is at the market cap of $100 million. That's not small. That's actually sizable market cap. Volume could be better. For sure, Juno needs more liquidity. But show me another chain that is experimentation layer for the Cosmos applications. Project number 2, and you might be surprised, it's Terra Protocol. Yes, the one that collapsed before, but it's different now. So the other one is called Terra Classic, but you see, the Terra had builders and they decided to start the chain again, those builders. And it's essentially a very similar project to Juno Network, right? Both use Cosmos smart contracts. So I'm not that experienced with Terra, so maybe you guys can help me and comment what are the best projects that are being developed on Terra. So I don't know what some of these projects. I know there is Feather, which allows people to deploy their own blockchains quickly. Terra also plan to launch this alliance, which will allow their own independent chains to stake on the Terra chain, creating maybe more vibrant and more secure ecosystem. Of course, I already told you there is TFM, and as I said, I don't know many other projects, so I'd love you to comment some of the interesting dApps that are being built on Terra. And I must say that the station is the best wallet that is out there in the Cosmos ecosystem. So once they connect to the IBC, I do believe they will get big share of the market. So Terra, approved. Market cap is really huge. So this is actually much bigger projects, nearly 5 times the size of the Juno. Obviously, it has bigger community, and you can learn from Terra because there is no other project that could collapse and still hold together. So I had the interview from the Jared from Terra, and it's crazy how Terra community is engaged, and the community is always important. Everyone tells you there is new Solana, and everyone will tell you that will be new Aptos, but people don't tell you, hey, this is new Terra, because the new Terra is actually Terra. No one will tell you that there is new Juno, because the new Juno is actually Juno. So instead of jumping from chain to chain and being the pawn in the venture capital, maybe it's worth to be in the community that try to do something, even if it's painful sometimes. Okay, the third project is finally AppChain, and it's also sponsor of this channel. So you don't know, maybe I'm specially biased when I talk about Stargaze, but clearly Stargaze is the biggest NFT hub in the Cosmos ecosystem, and it's still very small when you compare to other chains like Solana, Polygon, and I'm not even going to mention Ethereum, okay? But the Stargaze is its own app chain, and it's just the focused on the NFTs. So I must say there is its own culture. It's small and it needs to expand to survive. So of course, the projects that are worth to mention are the Bad Kids, which are absolutely star and are also known in some other ecosystem, which is unique art. But I must say that Stargaze benefited heavily from the Terra. And I expect that projects that want to focus more on its own community, they will come from Terra to the Stargaze. And we had Space Killies that are out there, and it's super successful with the floor price now at well over $70, right? Space Killies and very vibrant community. You had the Doghouse, you had the Kujirans, you had a lot of other projects like Pixel Wizards, which is crazy recently, that are coming to Stargaze, and it has its own community. Maybe there is not many to them, but they are very loyal. And I think they have very loyal user base. So I'm excited to see what will be there. The fees are now about to be changed. What we need more liquidity. We need more listing. We cannot rely just on the osmosis listing, but we need more of that. I would love to see free means to be able to see the actually new projects coming and dropping, and maybe something will take over the Bad Kids crown one day. But of course, I couldn't skip the NFT hub for the interchain. Okay, now we need to talk money. Okay, and we need to talk liquid staking. So the new trend that is highly competitive in the Cosmos ecosystem, and I need to mention Stride, okay, because it's more nuanced than one could think. It's more nuanced when it comes to the revenues and potential that is out there. Remember, I'm not financial advisor, okay? So Stride secures over $10 million in assets in its liquid staking. When you look at the Stride price, I don't think it's accurate because up to recently we had probably less than 20 million Stride that is circulating, and the market cap was actually somewhere in $3 to $4 million. But let's go with what we have here. So the Stride market cap is $31 million, okay? And they secure just over 10 millions. So it's not the best yield right now, but there might be some opportunities. You see, the total diluted market cap is $37 million. Ask yourself a question: what is the total potential of the liquid staking? And I made a video about dangers of liquid staking, and it's really important to remember them. So at some point, we will have the module where people can move right away they staked assets into liquid staked assets. So as of now, Stride secures just over 10 millions, but the ecosystem is well above $5 billion. How big share can Stride get? If it gets $100 million, you know, that's already sizable ratio. And with that, you know, Stride have really good yield, because you need to know that probably average staking rewards in the Cosmos ecosystem are 20% yearly. That would account for $20 million a year, and 2 millions would actually go to Stride, which is close to 10%. And here's the important information, you know, this staking yield will be distributed to the Stride stakers. As you know, this is not yet enabled, so I'm not going to go crazy. And you need to know, I actually don't own much Stride. I don't want to like heavily recommend, because Stride's price pumped, which means go up, right? But so I don't know where it goes, but it might be big market. And I think it's really interesting to see tiny market cap that could be the leading liquid staking player in the Cosmos ecosystem. And it's probably better positioned than Lido, which probably will get huge market share, but where is the more potential, right? And I think the more potential is surely with Stride. So everyone knows about osmosis. Everyone knows about this liquidity hub of the Cosmos ecosystem, but there is more players. And you know, just to say that the game is over for the DEXs because osmosis get it all is huge, you know, overstatement. Because I must tell you something, the Cosmos ecosystem will be expanding so much, and as the DEX grows, often it becomes less efficient. It's easier to make mistakes, and there is still a lot of opportunities to grab the market share from these smaller DEXs. And there is Crescent, which has absolutely excellent user experience, which has order book, and has over $10 million as of today value locked, you know. And when you look at the market cap, the one that is circulating right now, it's $16 million, which is just slightly higher, you know, than total value locked. But it will be coming because they have a lot of listings that is coming to Crescent, and I don't think they are so over. Maybe they will not be a leader, but they might be really big player because it's great team, it's great app, it's smooth, and in some cases I think it's actually better than osmosis, you know, with these few things than they actually offer. And the same Wind, you know, they have $5 million in total value locked, serving more of the Juno ecosystem. But will osmosis be always the first one getting these new projects to be on osmosis, or Crescent can sometimes get the new chain and end up winning the massive liquidity war? Okay, so I wouldn't say no to Crescent, because this is second DEX in the Cosmos ecosystem when it comes to the spot trading. And the last one, me lords, is Umi. So why I say about Umi, recently I looked into them and I looked into how much money they raised. Umi raised nearly $40 million. So even in the really disgusting, ugly bear market, they might be around because there is a lot of money to burn. Like, I mean, much more than many other Cosmos projects. They are like one of the best funded Cosmos project that is out there. So what they do, it's lending borrowing platform. So for example, you can lock up your stable coins, borrow against them, more of the stable coins. And can you borrow stable coins or Umi? Whatever. You can borrow against your coins and you can buy more. You can also use your liquid staking assets and lock them up, earn the yield on liquid staking asset and borrow against that. So as the liquid staking becoming more popular, I think lending borrowing platforms will be also becoming more popular. As of now, the total supply is low, you know, it's just over $5 million because it's not yet all enabled. There is not many assets that is out there. But as I said, once we have liquid staking assets, even more. Once we have financial NFTs, what I mean by that, once we have the tokenized liquidity pool being used. For example, I can go maybe to Crescent that is mentioned before, yield there, you know, providing liquidity, then I can get the liquid stake, then I can get the tokenized version of my LP pool. I can go to UMI and I can supply it, you know, and earn additional yield on that. So there is a lot of possibilities that might be coming into the future. I don't know where it ends, but for sure, I wouldn't say no, you know, considering how much money they raised. Of course, is venture capital driven. There's a lot of unlocks upcoming. The average price was at the half cent. We have close to 1 cent as of now because price also went up. So I don't know if it's good, bad investment, ugly, or whatever. I'm just saying there's a lot of money to be raised. All I'm saying, there was a lot of money raised. The market cap is at $20 million. Maybe they can do well, okay? So this is the 6 Cosmos projects from Dawn Cryptonium. Is there more? Am I missing something interesting? Let me know in the comments once again. Remember, like this video, support Dawn Cryptonium, and let me know what you think, because we are not one. We are millions. Dawn Cryptonium's out. Till the next time.